Hey, we're Susie Edwards, Angie Robertson. These fireside chats are where we get real about what we're learning as we build tools and community for helping professionals who want to expand their toolbox. Whether you're a coach, a therapist, nutritionist, doctor, anyone who works with clients.
But here's our thing. We don't just talk about tools, we embody them first. We test them in our own lives, we share what actually works in the community, and then we bring that lived experience to our clients. So grab your coffee and let's dive in.
So, what did we talk about last month in our community call?
Yeah, so community, we were talking all about testing a few time tools. So I presented the framework, the 12-week year, which is a book. You can Google it. You can find a ton of information. The authors actually do a great job of supporting people, even free templates and different things. So you can go and check that out. But essentially, what this tool had us test was, what does it feel like to have a 12-week plan and meet weekly and see how you're doing, have metrics, have tactics, really like press in on a weekly, are you doing it or not? And I say it that basically because it's been really informative for me. I've actually started to use it with a lot of clients, just because like it, it became really clear right around the 6 week period of being in this boot camp or, 12 week experience or experiment, that right around the 6 week period, I really wanted to quit or change my goals. Like
Mm.
I was like, oh, that whole thing about how New Year's resolutions really last about 6 weeks. I felt it. I was like, oh, this is kind of like annoying to fail. It's even kind of annoying to keep doing the same thing. Like it was kind of interesting in that way. But I think it has been, so I pushed past that. Let's just say I and the clients that are testing this with me, we have pushed past the 6 week roadblock, and we are learning so much. We really are learning so much about, is doing the thing that we think is going to get us the result we want, is that working? Do we feel ourselves getting closer? Can we celebrate the accomplishments? Can we really see where we're failing? Can we really see why? And that failure, I think, has been really fun to look at in this supportive environment because there's been a lot to learn inside of the failure. Like even for myself, I was tracking billable hours. And like last week, I was like, oh, guys, I failed at my billable hour goal again. And like this week, I'm just going to say to y'all, I didn't even track. Like my tracking mechanism is bad. Like I'm on like, way past week 6. I think we're on like week 8, 9, something like that. And I was like, yeah, maybe it's not even a failure of the doing. Maybe it's a failure of the tracking. That seems obvious. And by the way, I had said it like 8 times before. Yeah, I had to like really figure out, what did I do? What didn't I do? And I'm like, okay, it's so clear to me. Like in this instance, I have a failure of a system, which, could be a duh. Like the thing is that like you might look at my life or look at what I'm doing and be like, well, duh, track your thing. But I thought I was, and I thought I was tracking it smartly. And I thought like, so it's kind of like, I'm going to use that one as an example of like the insights that continue to happen are like so multi-layered inside of this tool that it has been really fun. It is definitely a tool that I'm going to keep using after this experiment period. So what do you have to say for that, Susie?
Love it. Well, I've been using your tool as well, right? So, or the tool, and I'm hearing you say that. I'm like, I'm realizing I want a group to do it with because I tried to do it by myself, right? I was like, let's see what that's like. And every time I hear you talk about them, I'm like, well, number one, I think it would be beneficial because you do get that feedback, but I'm really enjoying it as well. Maybe have mentioned this before, but I've done it before and I bought a certain kind of journal just to support that. But it's a great tool to test to see if it works for you.
Yeah. And I'll just say in the group dynamic, what's been really fun is I'm really like a facilitator. Of course, I'll give coaching and feedback, but other people are also giving coaching and feedback. And that's been really fun too. So I think a group, which is something that they recommend in the book, is a weekly group, weekly accountability meeting, the WHAM meetings. good tool to implement.
Yeah, love that. I did from the 12 weeks, no, Time Anxiety. Got all these T's going on. Time Anxiety by Chris Gibo. Again, if you guys want to read it, there are so many tools in that book. It's an amazing book. He does a great job, but I pulled one out called the traffic light exercise, and it is really about gauging your energy. So are you at a red light? Stop. Yellow, you got to slow down, or green, go, because you got all the energy. It's really about knowing where you are at and then what to do, what you should be doing with that energy. Probably not doing so much when you're in the red. I have learned a lot through the process of like from giving myself permission because I know I'm in a certain light to like knowing when to push. But I've been surprised by different little things I've been discovering of like eating something that was like draining me. Like a lot of little cool discoveries, things that were like you said, no duh, of course you're going to feel that way during this time. But then you forget that that's the no duh, right? So it's, and just like you said at about 6 weeks, like it was, you start to really like get into it and you're like, oh, right, you got to kind of get over the hump. Now I'm in the space where I'm like, green, yellow, right? So it's been a cool, like it's really has worked its way like into my being. And now it's become a little bit of a habit of knowing now, being really much more aware of where I'm at. Yeah, I've been loving it. I've been loving it. So what about
I think
you?
that's awesome. Yeah, I learned that before I wasn't really paying attention to energy levels and I was expecting myself to be like green all the time and I was kind of mad like when I wasn't. But the truth was I was really feeling like not green. And we talked about this on the community call, but the point isn't to be green 100% of the time. The
Exactly.
point is to like understand where you are and then can you set yourself up to either meet yourself with your energy level or understands like I got to do this thing anyway. Maybe it's going to be a little bit harder because I'm in yellow or red. Just the awareness and then what to do with it has been really cool to see. So I have loved that part of it.
Yeah. And what I love about us talking about on the community call too is just how everybody's experiences have been with the tools. So, and how even beforehand, who they were beforehand and how that tool has helped them from that process. I love talking about these tools together. It's been
I do
fun.
too.
Yeah.
So much community learning, which is
And
exactly what we love.
geeking out over the tools. I love it.
Yes, amazing.
Yes.
Well, we have some November topics. They're going to come out
I
today.
know. So if you guys like this sort of tool testing and the community, please like, subscribe, and comment down below. Like what tools would you want tested? What do you guys think about these two tools that we talked about today? Um,
We'll see you around the community. See you next time.
All right. Bye.